Good morning everyone, welcome back to David Let Go To Hobbies. Now, we're going to talk about these illegal immigrants and what's going on around the country. I've done some research yesterday, over the weekend, and I thought, I wonder how much we, the taxpayer, are paying to keep all these in the country. Just shy of 6 billion. Just think. 6 billion could give us quite a nice tax cut, couldn't it? And not only that, it'll reduce the burden to you and me of what money, when we earn it, doesn't go back to the government. But that went out the window because our governments, guess what they did? They let all the immigrants in. Yeah! Where did they start? Gordon Brown, another Labour twat. And then you've got all these idiots in Parliament. That was the Conservative Party, letting it go on and on and on. Mismanaging the country, totally screwing up the British public and everyone in this country, because what did they do? Come in, let's have them all in this country. Because we're business people, and what are they going to do? Cheap labour, yeah. We can pay them next to nothing. Screw the British folk, we don't give a monkeys about you. And there we got it. They don't give a flying pig's poo about us. Why? Because they want cheap labour. But these nutters in government now have got to deal with these asylum seekers. Here's my point, right? Yes, I'm having a rant. Yes, I am pissed off with the government. Yes, I'm fed up with the country as it is. Why am I fed up? Because our government have mismanaged what we voted for. We didn't want all these illegal immigrants into this country. We are the British Isles. We are an island, right? We're not actually attached to Europe, apart from the tunnel and the ferries that go across, right? So they've come across in the UK. It really gets my goat, and I really am pissed off with it. And I'll tell you for why. One, they've come from all these different countries. And when you're an asylum seeker, you would normally find the best country closest to you. Not thousands of miles away, hundreds of miles away to get to the UK. Why are they coming to the UK? Probably because they've got all their bloody friends here now, because our governments have let them in. Doesn't that piss you off? Well, it certainly pisses me off. But not only that, we are paying for it. Up to the tune of £6 billion. I think it was about 380 hotels, right, they are using. That is not only hotels, that is guest houses as well, right, and holiday parks. Where does it stop? The absolute nutters of government we've got in power. And now people are rebelling. They are fed up to the back teeth of being treated as two-class citizens. You know, we are just the scum that vote for the bleeding politicians, that vote for governments into power. And what do our governments do? They absolute F it up. They are a complete, utter waste of space. And this is what you've got. You've got anarchy. Why have you got anarchy? Because our government have mismanaged, not put our British people first. Yes, we are indigenous to the UK. We are not a foreign people come here. We're born and bred in the UK. But what happens? They open the borders. We get every nationality under the sun coming to work in the UK. Right? Companies are rubbing their hands together. Why? Cheap labour. We don't have to pay them as much. So what do they do to the British folk like me? F you, go and find somewhere else to work. We're paying these pittance. right? Yeah, no wonder we're fed up. No wonder we've had it up to our back teeth. And you think to yourself, where's it going to stop? It ain't, is it? Because it's all right trying to deal with it, but what have you done? They have done is they've let the horse out and tried to bolt the stable door after the horse is gone. Yeah? Doesn't make sense, does it? The governments have basically screwed you over, they've screwed me over, and they've effed up the chance of getting our country back into some sort of state of normality. And what do? They blame these far rights. They blame Tommy Robinson for this. Tommy Robinson was doing his duty. He brought it to the attention of us. And now what are they accusing him? Terrorist. Absolutely mindless morons are accusing him of being a terrorist. Good on you, Terry. Well done. If not for people like you, we wouldn't have known. And thank you, Terry, for bleeding. Sorry, get the name right, Tommy. Sorry, Tommy, get the right name. Oh dear. We'll get Terry from us, don't I? Oh well, I'll make some guffs, don't I? Oh well. Anyway, moving on. But you know the point. What I'm saying, Tommy Robinson actually hit the nail on the head. He made a documentary film about this school and this kid. This kid that was victimised was a right little nasty piece of work. He bullied girls. He beat people up, far as I know. And what do the teachers do? They try to protect. And what do they get? Penalised. And it is a two-state country. I'm not saying everyone is bad in the Asian community. The same with the British community. You've got good and bad. Where's the common sense in it? Why can't we live in peace? Who remembers Jane Borgia? I think that's how they pronounce his name. They got, murdered. And those two youths that killed him. That's just one incident. There's loads of incidents. And you think to yourself, sorry if I've mispronounced his name. But the point is, there's so many different things that have gone on. Doesn't have to be a foreign national. It doesn't have to be someone that's coloured. It doesn't have to be a British person. We're all equal at the end of the day. But what we get fed up with is people spinning a yarn. Governments lying to us. Not telling us the truth. Pulling the wool over our eyes. Sorry, it's just someone walking past, I know. And I don't know about you, but I honestly say I've had enough. Enough is enough. And no wonder people are rebelling. No wonder people are going to arms and trying to disrupt, destroy, and cause chaos. Why? Because you government people are the reason for it. You put them in this country. You allowed them in this country. You've got no balls. You've got no interest in what the British people want. If you did, you would not have done it. Why? Because you sucked up to Brussels. You was in the common market. You had to abide by their laws. And we, the British people, didn't want this. But what do? You go behind our backs. You lie to us. You don't tell us the truth. And when you make an almighty F up, what do? Try and cover it up. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what balls ups, wasted money white elephants the government have done. If you knew half the things that the government have done and the lies they've told, you would never ever vote for the governments again. The only person I consider has got what's the word I'm looking for? Stature and charisma, charm, understanding, true British values. There's only one person in politician that I can honestly say now he's got 5 members in Parliament, and that is Nigel Farage. You might not like him, but I'll tell you what, if he was in government, you'd see a whole different aspect to this. I sincerely hope so. And I hope he's not just walking the walk and talking the talk. I hope he's got some balls to sort this out, because Labour hasn't. The Conservatives completely put us in this position, and the Labour will probably have to try and fix this. And I feel that a little bit too late. And I feel that we have been let down time and time again. We are basically sick to our back teeth of this. We are sick to our back teeth because we have been lied to, misled, and as long as the British folk don't find out, it's good. Well, we have found out, and we found out what lies you've been telling us, and all the corruption, all the paying of people off to keep their mouths shut, non-disclosure. Yes, lip money, isn't it? Whose money is it? Ours. They're paying these people to keep their mouths shut so they're not stirring the apple cart up instead of telling the truth. Yeah? Tommy Robinson done that. Good on him. And sorry Tommy if I got your name wrong, but the point I'm just trying to make, he's just voicing our opinions. He's just voicing the discontent in this country. He's voicing the anarchy and the murdering, raping, killing. It's all the same thing. And you think to yourself, why isn't our government doing it? Why is the police? And that's another story, isn't it? The police, 2-tier policing. We'll talk about in another video about what happened with Israel and what the state of the country is in. But if you want to know what I think about how the Palestinians and the supporters of Hamas and so on and so forth, you have to stay tuned to the next video. But I think I've made it quite clear I'm totally pissed off. I'm not a violent person. I'm not one that's going to go to a hotel and smash it up. I think it's a bit extreme what they did, but you can understand the anger. People are frustrated to the back teeth of being lied to. I know I'm repeating it, but to be honest with you, this is what happens. The government is to blame, and us folk have put them there. But we don't expect this sort of attitude from the government or the police, and that's another story for another day. So I'm going to make a video about the police. I'm going to make a video about Palestine and Israel and Lebanon and Hamas and Hezbollah. So you have to stay tuned for that one. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel because you're going to hear lots more. If you look at my playlist, there's a whole different selection of different things to interest you. I know I haven't done a lot in some playlists, but I will be doing more. But it's like everything, it's having the time, and time is precious, isn't it? We don't always have a lot of it. So until the next time, bye for now. Take care, everyone.